up though? It's Terrell with Socialite, and we back with another video. Today we're going to be discussing a little bit of politics and all that type of stuff people typically don't like to touch on, especially if they're not educated about it. But you know me, I got the fresh perspective, and I'm gonna give y'all a whole different take on what's going on with this Russia and Ukraine shit. Let's get it, man. Before I cap this off, let me just give y'all a little background information on the key contributor or the key player to all this, which is NATO. What is NATO? You might be asking. NATO is basically just, you feel me, think of 2 or 3 different gangs coming together to make one more powerful gang. And it's like, if anybody step to y'all, we gonna all step back to them together. That's basically what NATO is. It consists of the US, Canada, South America, fucking Europe, just a whole bunch of companies all coming together. And the country of Ukraine sits right on the border of Russia and, you feel me, Europe and all, well, not Europe, but Germany, all of that type of stuff. And Ukraine was in talks with becoming a part of NATO. So to stop that from happening, that's what made Russia interested in invading Ukraine. The reason they wanted to do this is because NATO has an unwritten rule where they won't, you feel me, come into action, or they won't collaborate together unless somebody steps to one of them. So they will not be activated unless somebody does an actual strike on NATO, and then NATO's gonna gang up on whoever that player was. So that's why we're seeing all of this support. Well, I call it fake support. It's almost like they want us to feel sorry for the Ukraine, obviously, because they got some dealings with the US and they want them to join NATO, but this not gonna happen. So the US or NATO can't really do anything but watch this happen. It's because Russia wanted to prevent them from joining NATO in the first place. So that's the whole reason why they even had to do that, was because they did not want them to join that shit. And that obviously has implications further down the line. Like, why would they do something like that? But once you start to do a little bit more digging, you find out little small details that make you go, such as, if you look this up, there's probably some conspiracy theory shit, but now it's public knowledge, everybody knows this. But Joe Biden, his son, gets paid $1 million per year from the Ukraine. When they're doing what? I would say look up his business dealings and, you feel me, the things on his laptop and all of that type of stuff, and you start to go down the rabbit hole and find out shit for what it really is. I'ma just leave that. I heard a funny saying that the only difference between the conspiracy theory and the truth is about 6 months. I say that because I knew about this Hunter Biden and Ukraine and China and his laptop and all that shit way before the election even happened. And it's just crazy to me that, you feel me, now we can freely talk about it, but I didn't even feel comfortable discussing it because, like we seen, they censored people, they deleted people, they targeted people, all type of stuff for even bringing these type of things to the forefront. I could even show y'all some. Hold on. Like, look at this here. It say the New York Times now admits the Hunter Biden laptop falsely called Russian disinformation is authentic. They was literally taking people whole platforms down for trying to talk about this. And ain't it crazy how now, after Joe Biden already in, after the election already done, now we could talk about this and it's no longer a conspiracy theory. Like, this would have been nice to know about his laptop before the election, don't you think? But that's just my opinion. Let me just state this now. I do not identify with either political party because, to me, it's just 2 different wings on the same bird. You feel me? They need each other to keep the shit afloat. It's just a system of diversion and division and not helping people come together. You feel me? That's why a third party will never win or nothing like that, because it's always going to be in the spirit of old, I would say, Greek culture at the Coliseum Stadium. Same thing we do with sports, where it's this team versus this one and niggas willing to die over this team. Same shit going on, but that's not the way to actually heal this shit. So I definitely take bits and pieces from both sides and formulate my own thoughts on top of that. But I would never say, like, I'm a Republican or I'm a Democrat, I'm a conservative, I'm a liberal. No, I'm just socialite. I'm me. And I just leave it at that, you feel me? But I do believe in people being able to change their destiny and alter their trajectory and really make change in their life if they put in the work. I do believe in that. I do not believe in just sitting back and giving everything to somebody and they just gonna figure it out, the struggles in life and all the things it means to be human. So, but if you know me, I went to China, so I seen China firsthand. You might be asking yourself, what the hell does China have to do with this? Well, while I was there, I learned that they get a lot of their policies, they get a lot of their mindset, the communism, all of that type of stuff. They got it directly from Russia and implemented it within their society. So what I think this might all lead to World War III. Russia is going to try to take Ukraine. We heard of China and Taiwan. They're going to try and take them. And I just see China and Russia, you feel me, colluded in the end after they amass a bunch of wealth and land and nations and things like that, and have that under their control. Then they're going to come together and it's going to be an all-out strike assault on NATO. And we're going to see what happens from there. Obviously, if you look into the defense budgets and things like that, you will see that the U.S. spends more on their military than the next 9 countries combined. So the number 1 spot is spending more than 2 through 10 combined on their military. So it will never be a fight on actual American soil if you're worried about that. I doubt that will ever happen. And I always say the way technology has advanced, it won't be any more boots on the ground war anyway. It's going to be more so things along the lines of, we're going to destabilize your economy, your internet, we're going to put misinformation out there, your energy grids, things like that, or even the virus. But the way war will be fought, it's going to be totally different. So don't expect no soldiers coming here to motherfucking get us unless it's martial law type shit and it's them NATO soldiers on American citizens. But that's some whole other shit. But outside of that, yeah, that's just a little update on what's going on with Russia and the Ukraine. Just a different take. I know some of y'all been hearing about this nonstop, but I know if you listen to this video, you heard something totally different from it no matter what. There's so many layers to this Russia versus Ukraine stuff. This is just me scratching the surface. So think about this as me giving y'all a little tester just to see how y'all like this type of content, because I could talk for hours and hours about what's really going on in the world outside of the financial markets, even though this directly correlates and affects the financial markets as we've seen through experience. So let me know if you want me to continue talking about these topics, because I can make a part 2 to this video and go more in depth on some of the topics that I talked about, or even some of the things that I missed. You feel me? So just let me know. Feedback is always welcome and appreciated. I need that from y'all. So keep that shit coming, man. I appreciate you taking the time to listen and things like that. Appreciate the support as always. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next video. I'm out.